So 13 with a 20.
13 plus your CMB?
No,
You missed
with
it.
it. Okay.
It was a very impressive miss.
You swing
good
down
roll, man.
and your feet go right into his head,
It does nothing.
and then you stop.
Oh.
And now you're hanging on a rope with your feet on this guy's head. He just looks at you. He actually reaches up with one of his arms. Patrick, you make it back up on deck now. You have a couple of weapons left in your hands, and you're...
Alright, the steps come up, what, right in here?
Yep,
Alright, so, quick look around, toss you... No, you're on this guy's head, right?
Well, he's hanging from
I'm
a rope
hanging and I have
with
a
his
pin
feet on a head, and he's got a belaying pin in one hand.
So you don't
You're
have
not
anything
throwing
to
me
catch.
anything.
Do I see... Do I notice that Rosie's down?
Are you up on the deck?
She's not down, she's just been hit.
Okay.
She's up on the deck now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she just got up on the deck.
Well, that'd have been good to know.
I
Try
told
and
her
keep up.
that.
He just said it.
After.
Take
No, I mean,
take your miniature. Take her
Oh,
miniature.
Well, she didn't make it up on deck until after.
No.
Yeah.
Take her miniature and put it up there. I know where
Perfect.
you are.
Okay.
And put Narwhal up there and Cutthroat Rock. Everybody's in.
What weapons do I
plan.
have? Because I'm going to keep one, obviously.
You keep your sword,
I have a rapier.
or at least close enough to your rapier as.
this guy too?
Sure. Yeah, that's Cutthroat. Yeah, she's there. And actually, the captain would be on deck now too, and he's shooting guns. Let's shoot some guns for the captain. Misses. Oh my gosh, he shoots himself. No, but he does. He fires into this mess here, and he'll hit Shavika.
Oh.
So that's not good for Shavika.
Uh-oh.
All right. Okay, so you're on deck, Patrick.
Well, I mean, I've got weapons I need to toss so that I can use. So, who do I see? 'Cause I can't see from here. Who I would see that I can toss some of those to, and I keep the rapier or whatever. Is there anybody I can toss them to?
She doesn't have any weapons, right?
Right.
She's just hanging on a rope.
Yeah.
This guy have a weapon.
I threw something to Verabel.
All right.
Oh,
What
what'd I
does she
get?
have?
Verabel. So Verabel gets some kind of a sword.
Okay. So
But
this
not
guy.
probably not my
How many am I
strength.
I'm
carrying?
surprised she didn't have to roll for it to catch. She misses the catch, the rope cuts her.
Oh, that's a
sword-
good idea.
The sword,
Verabel, make a reflex check.
the sword, she misses the catch, the sword cuts her rope,
She's supposed to be your
Let's do
girlfriend.
and
this.
she falls on top of the thing.
Make a
I don't even know
make
her
a
yet.
No,
dexterity.
I didn't realize.
Make a dexterity attack to throw it.
You're getting right from. You're getting right from Joe.
See if she throws it blade or hilt first.
What am I rolling?
So just add my dexterity.
What am I
bonus?
rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reflex check.
Okay.
Okay, so 18.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
12,
You're too good to play for the Cowboys.
It was a good throw.
15.
Hey, watch it.
15. It's a good catch.
I know they suck, but they're still our team.
Yeah.
We
Your
have
team.
no teams.
You're riding home with Joe.
I'll take you.
All right. You catch
It's
a.
not really out of my way.
You catch a blade.
Your mom. You
Um,
gotta help your mom.
let's see. Where are you? You're right here. So you're right next to the old fortune teller lady that's completely bleeding out all over the deck.
Still.
I'm saying, are there any enemies near me? I want to throw out all
Yeah.
my weapons except for the one I'm keeping.
Well, this guy's here near you,
all right.
and this guy's near you.
If you don't see anyone
This
to throw-
guy's a little bit farther, and this guy's also a little bit farther.
If you don't see anyone to throw weapons to, throw them at somebody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've thrown one to Valorvel. I'll throw one to the guy down here.
Saying, if you don't see any friends to throw them at, use
Throw
your
them
extras
at
and throw them at
someone,
enemies.
Well,
I'll say you can, because you kind of made an attack to throw her a weapon. I'll say you can give one more weapon out. You can't attack this turn.
okay.
I could do the bathroom.
Then I can't see who else down there, so I throw the other weapon and whoever.
You can try throwing one to Joe so he can drop his belaying pin and catch what you throw.
So she hollers at me, and I drop it.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah, so you're going to drop it whether you catch her new one or not.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
Sorry. All right, and you said Dex.
What am I rolling?
Dexterity attack.
That's 18 again.
All right, and you're making a reflex check.
I did my part.
Decent roll.
I don't take a.
Dexterity for him.
What's your reflex save?
So I do take a -2 to dexterity.
Wait, what's
Does
your?
that count for a reflex?
Yeah, because it'll be a -1 to your reflex then.
-1. Okay. So 20.
Oh yeah, you
Oh.
catch it.
Yeah.
He catches it in his teeth.
Hey!
Keep
He actually
blowing
catches it in his
yeah.
hands, which is more useful.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just
Aw.
imagine him there with this thing and the sword in his mouth, and like, ha, ha, ha.
That would take some talent.
Well,
Alright,
he
so is
could
that a sword?
catch it and-
Yeah, you catch a sword.
Okay.
Mm.
Thanks. Short stack.
What do you have?
That's her name.
Riaris draws her. Well, she's got her sword drawn, and she moves over towards this guy who's now got. Let's see, he's got Mahim on the ground, and he's backing up over here with Jack in front of him. And so she's sort of cautiously moving forward, but he starts saying things to her in this weird ocean critter language.
And she doesn't know what he's saying.
She doesn't know what he's saying. At least not you. Don't think that she knows what he's saying.
Okay.
You don't know what he's saying. So she's kind of at a standoff with him. Gato, it's your turn.
I think I'll keep playing here.
Yeah. So make a let's see. When you're dying, when you're bleeding out, you lose 1 hit point every round until you make a Constitution save.
Constitution. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well that's a 15.
All right.
She died
So
the following year.
so it'd be the 8
Yeah.
Okay,
plus your
So
Constitution.
add
So
1 to
10.
this.
okay.
Or no,
this
plus
would
3,
be
so 11.
like it's easy.
Patch tries to hit the guy. She misses. She's not good. Narwhal comes back in the fight. Narwhal's actually going to move up to kind of your side. I think he can make it all the way to right here. So he sort of charges in and jumps over your dying body, and he attacks that guy and hits him.
Guess he likes you after all. Coming to
That's
your
the
rescue.
guy with the blue. Yeah,
I'm
Narwhal
the best
actually
one day.
jumps over you and slides his rapier into this guy, and he just falls back. Oh! Falls off the edge.
Woo!
Blood dripping from Narwhal's rapier as it's still like held out there. And you can hear down below something is thrashing in the water. Parabel,
He looks like a
Okay, so
you are hanging there and you
Yeah.
now have a weapon.
Yeah.
and
You're
you're
just.
just-
I'm probably about this
you're
close to his
feet
face,
away
so
from
I'm
that
checking out his
dude.
armor.
Alright, okay, so I'm guessing, not guessing, I'm assuming that the rope that I
I'm
used
over
earlier,
here,
it's
too, on
still
that side,
around
and
his.
Rosie's
Oh yeah,
right
you're
there.
both hanging
I'm
there.
literally
Alright,
like
so-
suspended
Rosie's
bouncing on his
good.
You're hanging by your hand, he's hanging by his neck.
Yep.
Okay.
He's
So-
threatening my one true love.
Alright, so I'm still hanging in midair. But since Patrick gave me the sword, can I kind of like am I close enough where like am I close enough to him where like I can
You're
like
adjacent to him.
okay,
Yeah.
so am I close enough where like I can like use him like swing to like push off from him and then like try to like put my sword through him?
Yeah, so you want to, he's hanging here, and you want to push off of him, and then as you
Go back
swing
into
back in, you're gonna.
If possible, yeah.
Sure.
Alright.
It'll be an acrobatics check followed by an attack.
Alright.
Make your acrobatics check first.
So my acrobatics is 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
All right. You push off of him. It's a little bit clumsy.
Whoops!
His body kind of spins one way, limply, and then you swing back in, and you kind of, it's not what you envisioned with that straight
Right.
shot back in, but you're able to kind of slash as you swing by.
Hey, that's something.
Works.
That's something.
So make your attack and see if you hit with the slash.
So 12.
Okay, you hit. Roll your damage.
Yeah, just keep
8.
it real quick. And see
8?
what happens.
Wow, that's pretty good. So you slash open his stomach.
Oh.
He doesn't move at all.
Oh.
His guts pour out.
Yeah.
He's dead.
But
So yeah, you snapped.
he doesn't make any kind of emotion at all. No reaction to you slashing his stomach open with the sword.
Alright,
so you
so
snapped his
now-
neck first time.
He's dead.
More than likely.
Alright.
Is he
Now, oh, you already had a couple.
Yeah, otherwise he probably
So-
would have at least
I
flinched.
don't know.
Oh,
They had a
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
fingerprint on it.
Let the last bound these
Yeah.
Threw a noose around his
Can't
neck.
afford 'em yet.
Then I
Alright,
jumped
so you
down
gotta cut
30
the
feet,
that's,
yanking
Yeah.
that rope
melee
up,
plus 2, so
pulled
it's
him
melee.
up,
When you roll,
pushed off
it'll
of his
be
limp
whatever
body
you
and
roll
slashed
plus
his
2
stomach
to see
open,
if you hit.
and he didn't respond
Where
at
did that
all.
come from?
But
That's
is
because
he
it's
dead?
with you,
He
with
might
the
just
cut,
be
with
taking
Can I use the
So that
excuse that I
included
had?
my,
Can I just use the excuse that I just
fencer
finished finals this
and
this
something.
week,
So
so
that
Yeah.
included
my
my
brain's
fencer
a little bit
plus one
fried
and
right
something
now.
else.
Yeah, yeah.
After I did all of that. After I did all of that.
So the big guy that
I'm bounced on
you're-
his face.
you're now standing on his face.
Yeah.
He's going to bite at you.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
he just turns. He's actually got that one
Can I-
hand reaching up, and he grabs a hold of you.
Oh
Maybe.
man, I was about to ask if I could dodge it.
He grabs a hold of you.
Okay.
I'm assuming that 20 something is going to hit your AC,
Oh yeah.
and he bites. Oh, but he might miss on that bite.
Sweet. So I did dodge, basically.
Well, you didn't dodge his grabbing a hold, but
Yeah.
you might be able to kind of
You
wiggle
kicked
out
him.
of his bite. Does a 12 hit you? Your AC?
My health.
You're 14, because we just
Oh
looked at that
yeah.
one ago.
My
Your armor
my
class?
armor's 14.
So he misses the bite.
Okay.
And then in this strange, you almost don't recognize it as common, the common tongue. He says,
Let it go. Stop it from it.
I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah, I mean, either. I'm standing right there. We can't understand it.
"You can't understand it."
I can't understand it when you're saying
Sounded
it.
like
Does
he
Patrick
said,
understand it?
Stop it. Let it go.
That's basically what you get out of it.
Yeah. It's not my turn to
Actually,
attack.
now it is your turn.
It is my turn.
Yeah.
Can I
Attack us.
stab him in the neck?
You can try.
Heck
Alright.
yeah.
Go for it.
It's the beauty of this game. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You can try to
You
do
can
it.
try whatever
As I
you
said,
want.
From my perspective,
You can do whatever you
he
want.
attacked us.
Maybe.
You may not succeed at it, yeah.
14.
14 does not hit.
Oh wow, you got a high AC.
All right, we're back to Patrick.
Alright, well,
Nice,
Patrick's
that's
over
so
there
hot the last
too,
few rolls.
and he sees that this guy's kind of threatening to Rosie, right? Because he's right there.
Yep.
Alright. Desmara! And I go to him with my rapier. He's attacking my one tree.
Oh yeah, he is.
You've known this person for 3 days and they're your one true love.
Why not?
Yeah, it's obvious
4
y'all met in
days.
the bar.
Dang, man.
Well, really like 5 days, because
What were you trying to do?
Well, still, less
Yeah, I
than
tried
a
to
week,
hit
and
him
it's your one
with
true love.
my
It's
rapier, so
still
I missed.
obviously met in the bar.
you've never heard of love at true sight or
No.
first sight.
Yeah, first fight.
True love.
We
at
may
first
never
sight.
see land again.
I think
Two
that's,
halflings
I
on
think
this
that's,
ship.
I think that's called lust.
It's fate.
It's
Pieces
fate.
of fate.
Yeah, no, she's going.
No, I missed because I got a 6 and I have a plus
Oh,
4,
yeah.
so yeah.
Yeah, you missed him.
How could you miss?
All right.
Because I was looking back at Rosie to see if she's watching.
Riaris has still kind of got her sword pointed at this guy who continues to back up with Jack. And the captain, she kind of looks back to the captain to see what he's going to do. The captain's out here somewhere, kind of in front of his room, and he's got his guns out. And the captain seems to have understood what the Sea Devil said. And the captain says, We will not back down. You will die on this ship. And then he fires another shot. Oof, that one
Shoots
hit.
another crew member.
No, actually both of those will hit the Sea Devil.
Yay. The boss sea devil.
All right.
You hit him in both eyeballs.
No, but he did some damage.
Did he reload or he had another pistol?
He's got more pistols.
Okay. I figured I shouldn't have done.
Like the
Just
captain's
wanted to
probably-
clarify.
Yeah.
The captain's probably carrying about 8 to 10 pistols on him.
Yeah, a lot of damage has been done to that guy now, and he's not doing too well. Gato, your turn.
There's people all around here.
Roll another save for me. Do a
Constitution.
Constitution.
Next time.
15.
Okay. We'll say at this point you stabilize. You are no longer losing blood, but you would have lost one more hit point after that initial strike. The big guy sees that this big guy sees that the armored guy is taking a lot of damage, and he sees that he's right here by Riaris, and he gets up and puts one foot up onto the rail with Jack just screaming and kicking and crying. He's terrified. Yeah. So he's about to go over.
I'm gonna dibs on his knife.
Dude. You're gonna make a great pirate. It's so cold. Just stone
Dibs
cold.
on that guy's stuff.
Oh goodness.
You actually have his knife in your possession at this
I
time.
do?
Yeah.
Oh,
One of the
nice.
few things that you have, you're pretty sure it's his.
Oh, okay. That I got
Yeah.
with the other weapons.
Sure,
I put
yeah.
it in my pocket.
Okay. Patch. Patch, there's nobody really alive by Patch. Patch will run this way. She runs, she hops over dead body, ducks under Veravale's feet, jumps over that guy and up the stairs. She's able to make it to about there. Narwhal wipes the blood from his blade and moves over this way to threaten that guy. Veravale.
I'm still
Probably
hanging.
time to just let go of the rope and drop down to the deck.
Yeah.
Because you're only, what, about 10 feet up?
Yeah, so I'll.
If she lets go, he falls to the deck too.
Yeah,
but he's dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
is he
pretty
dead?
apparently
I
dead.
killed him already.
He had no response to to her slicing his stomach open and his guts falling out.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part. I'm
Yeah.
just
So,
He didn't even flinch.
preoccupied.
as a DM, we try to give these little subtle hints as to what's happening in the game without just saying, you've reduced him to 0 hit points. But sometimes subtlety just isn't enough. You have reduced him to 0 hit points.
His
Jeez.
guts are on the deck. I'm pretty
I
sure.
didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Alright, so what are you going to do, Veravale?
Can I drop the rope and then run down to the alchemy lab and try to see if I can get something from there to use?
You already have a weapon.
Yeah, but if I go to the alchemy lab, then they probably might have something more powerful than my
And the fight might be over by the time she gets
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Hey,
Some tank you guys got here.
Right. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Can I run away?
And come
during
back when
the
it's
fight?
over.
bear with me. It's the first time. Okay, so
Alright, so we've established you're letting go of the rope.
We've
Yeah.
already knocked
Okay.
out half the guys.
I guess since I
So
knocked him out.
you drop to your feet
Right.
right about there.
Okay, so
This
I
guy
guess.
drops to his guts.
Okay, so I guess what I'll do then is I'll just run over here and try to work with everybody.
Over here?
Yeah.
Leave
At
your
that
way
guy?
through to fight
Yeah,
the big
to
guy.
Alright,
knock
alright.
it down.
Do you want to strike at him?
Jack's dead.
Oh.
Is he?
The guy's jumping off the boat next turn.
Well. I look at my new knife.
Oh my god. That's fantastic.
I'm gonna take a swing.
I
Okay,
don't think the
take a
kids were
swing.
supposed to get out of the bar alive from Jeremy's actions.
Apparently.
There wasn't a.
Or he's making us feel bad, and we're gonna want to take more risks so that the kids live.
4
Not happy.
With a 1.
with a 1. So yeah.
You miss.
Yeah.
He sees that this negotiation thing is not working. He yells out something in his weird language, and he jumps off the side.
Which
and
one
that,
does?
this guy.
Boss?
But wait, that means that everybody around him gets an attack of opportunity.
Oh.
Kill him!
So just our regular attack?
Yep, whatever your normal attack is.
I got a 20.
You got a
Yeah.
20
Mhm.
with what under it?
I got 2 18s, and I had a +2.
Oh, okay.
So a 20 non-crit.
So a
Yeah.
20 hits.
I'm still looking at my knife.
Roll your damage.
I rolled a 3.
3.
3 damage.
Yeah.
Do you add anything to it? Is that with your bonus?
That was with my +1.
All right.
1d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
So you rolled a
Okay,
2.
so
Yeah.
you hit. Rosie actually hit. Cutthroat and Jaundice Jape both miss.
I miss.
Shavika misses.
I think
You
I-
miss.
I got 11.
She got shot by the captain.
11?
She's got an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rosie's seeing me
So I
fail
guess
I missed.
miserably.
You also will miss.
Yeah.
You tried.
Well, she actually hit him though.
I know.
So he is still alive when he jumps off the side of the ship back into the water.
To the
But he's
shark-infested water?
Yeah.
With all the blood?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he.
The other guy got
Swim
eaten.
under. Yeah.
Gillian, it is your turn.
That's my turn.
Yeah.
Did
And
he
you're
get eating, or we just
you're
went
actually
back?
Yeah.
like hanging in the air, you know, right there.
I mean, there's no way. It's pretty much over at this point because I can't get up the stairs to fight this guy because I can't run.
Okay.
So I just drop down. I guess I look over the side to make sure that he's still like with kind of my guard up to make sure he's not coming back up.
You actually can't see
Yeah.
him at all.
Okay.
There's no sign of him.
I mean, there's no attack I can make at this point. So.
Okay. Do you want to? I mean, you can move.
Um.
Move what? 30 feet?
Can I make it up the stairs?
Yeah.
You
Each
can
square
make it-
is 5 feet.
Sure. Why not?
He's
run
got
up
the
stairs.
kid.
Yeah, I'll run up the stairs.
Okay. Back to the top, Patrick.
I'm right behind him. I only
Okay.
moved
Her
20
moves
feet.
20.
So like right there.
Yeah. Riaris's turn, and she's just you kind of see a she's not sure what to do. If she goes forward, he's gonna just jump. So she's standing there with her sword out. She's got no more guns, and he's got the kid, and the kid's screaming and kicking, and tears dripping down his face. He's dropped his scrimshaw to the ground, and he doesn't know what to do, and Riaris doesn't know what to do. Captain Harrigan runs to the edge of the ship and looks over to see if he can see kind of what you were looking at. Gato, oh, you're out for a little bit, and the big guy jumps into the ocean
With the kid.
with the kid.
Oh, lordy.
Scrimshaw still on the deck.
Yep. And let's see, Patch is right here. And she looks over at him. Narwhal runs back to this side. Looks over. And then it will be Veravel's turn.
So am I aware that they went over the side already?
Yeah, you can see after this guy jumps,
Okay.
you kind of turn to see, you see Killian run up here, you see Patrick run up here, and then you follow kind of that motion, and you see this guy jump in.
Anyone have any healing?
Where's Melissa? Or Phoebe?
Good question.
So if I'm thinking if I to do the same concept like I did with the rope, like
Mhm.
could I like fashion a rope into some kind of like lasso to like try to get Jack out of the water?
Here's the deal.
He's been dragged under.
Yeah.
The
Oh, okay,
easiest rope access there is the rope that has
A body hanging off of it.
it's hanging here, but I mean it's the loose end, but the loose end is way up here now, and the other end's tied to this body, but you could catch a hold of that rope and pull it down from there, and you would have a rope to hold on to, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, but like Joel said, Jack's already been.
You could still try, but
Yeah.
So there's a body tied to the end of that rope.
Yeah, but then.
Well, it's gonna take her turn to like get the rope loose from the body,
Yeah.
and then it's gonna take her 2 turns to move to that area of the deck.
Well, she's got a movement of 30 feet,
yeah. So she can,
and all she has to do is reach her hand out and grab a hold of that rope.
Yeah.
Oh, so she's gonna drag the body up the stairs with her.
Nobody's going upstairs.
She can throw it from the side. Right?
Yeah.
Use the body as a life preserver.
Oh.
I'll just use the.
Yeah,
Just
but
kidding.
her end doesn't have a noose in it. The noose is on the body,
Yeah.
Right.
which means she's gonna have to tie another noose or get that noose loose from the body, which is probably gonna take a turn.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 2 to 3 turns before she can get another lasso.
Still an
ready.
attempt.
It's an attempt.
Why do you need a lasso? Oh, you're saying like to just throw it over?
Well,
She wants to try and hook him and pull him out of the water. I'm
Oh,
assuming
I
he's been
see.
dragged under already. I'm assuming that guy isn't just sitting there
Well,
swimming
here's
on
the
the
thing.
surface
He's
of the
not
water.
paddling.
You're
though.
dead.
The the
So
guy.
You
let's
were
let-
dead.
Let's let Veravale figure this out.
It is in a town, so even if it might take me a few turns, I'm still gonna attempt it.
Okay, what exactly are you doing?
So
Describe it for me.
since the rope is still tied to the dead body, I'll use this turn to try to unfasten it. I'll use this turn to take the rope off his neck and try to like fashion it into like some kind of like I said, like lasso, because it's not really assumed if Jack is like has been pulled down. So like there is an attempt that maybe he's like there's still a chance that I can still try to get him. And,
Alright.
And then there's a chance that if I miss, then it's like okay.
Alright, so you go remove the rope from the
Yeah.
head of the dead sea devil.
Sure.
Killian, your turn.
Is there any rope by me?
There's rope everywhere. I mean, this ship is full of lines.
What's this girl's impression of the situation?
She's there kind of looking over the edge, but it's it's nighttime and it's
Yeah.
dark, and fortunately the water is not super rough, so if you could see anything, this would be ideal conditions because it's so calm
Mm-hmm.
at
I
this
mean,
point.
we heard thrashing before, so do we hear thrashing at this point?
You don't.
Okay, so we hear splashing, swimming, anything?
Mm-mm. It's calm.
He jumped off
He's
and
under.
dove straight down.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah. I don't know. I would probably run to the side and look over and perceive that.
Make a perception check.
11 plus whatever. Not much.
I mean, you can see bubbles coming up.
Yeah.
That's all you see.
Yeah.
You can see there's a shark back here somewhere, probably feeding on that sea devil that came off earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, just where you are, there's bubbles and they're just moving back. Well, they're not moving back. You're moving away from the bubbles.
The ship's moving.
So,
Yep. Patrick.
I just think I reckon somebody ought to help pull that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Do you see anything?
No.
Alright, I pick up the scrimshaw and I put it in my pocket.
Okay.
That was your.
Everybody just sort of stands there in silence
Yeah.
and watches this thing happen. Veravale, anything you want to do?
Okay, I'm just gonna try.
All right.
I'll try, and that's all I can really do.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna
Throw on the rope.
throw the rope.
You're throwing the rope?
Yeah.
At the bubbles?
Yeah.
Okay.
It floats on the surface of the water.
You're dead. Zip it.
It floats on the surface of the water.
Alright. I give up.
All right. Jack's dead.
Oh gosh.
He's been trying this whole game to kill these. He's taken 4 sessions
that-
to kill these kids.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was not my plan for that, but that's how it went.
We were too late.
Everyone was fighting the other guys.
Yep.
We were too late.
All right.
Was Jack over there when I got out of the box?
Yeah.
And you left him there.
Well,
Jack had been there, and kind of the big guy had climbed up there, and nobody was really paying attention to him.
yeah.
And I kept kind of saying the big guy does something that nobody.
I said at one
Notices
point, I said,
because-
"Did Jack climb up?" He didn't get a turn in the initiative.
No, Jack didn't climb up because
should have
Jack
climbed up.
was immediately yanked out of the rigging by the
I was
big
going
guy.
more from the perspective.
But everything
of,
was
like,
happening elsewhere, and
Yeah.
so nobody
Are there
really.
any ships around, or are they just sea creatures and they're gone?
You don't see any ships around.
Yeah, they seem
Yeah,
to.
these things live at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like, he just grabbed him and
Okay.
I yelled for
Yeah.
Bismara. She can.
I was just more of like at the
Sea
standpoint of like I'm fatigued, so I'm gonna use more momentum on the rope than just standing and fighting. Was what I was attempting to do.
We're all gonna
Succeeded, but-
rationalize why we didn't help the poor boy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't have to rationalize. I would have if I could. But I was busy fighting these other guys with a
Yeah.
mop.
And you pretty much died.
Hey, I got some damage in with the
Yeah.
mop.
Yeah.
I missed a lot.
Harrigan
Alright.
picks up his pistols on the ground, puts them back in his braces, doesn't say a word, turns and walks right back into his cabin, closes the door.
Dear.
Plug looks around. It's like,
Well, crew, looks like you have earned your weapons back. Congratulations.
Yay.
So we all have our weapons back.
you all have your
Half-hearted
weapons back.
cheer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phoebe probably would have understood the dude, right? Didn't she?
She's a sea witch. I don't know what her language
She
is.
had
Yeah.
one or two.
I don't know, but
languages.
she's not there, so
Yeah. She's
not there.
it doesn't matter. Sandara Quinn comes over and kind of does a quick assessment between the dead cat and the dead Harrow.
So does that mean
Reader
Joel
lady.
has to make a completely new character now?
Not
No,
necessarily.
he's at -4.
Oh, okay.
Just remember, you were at -1 or 2,
That's
right? And then, but you weren't dead.
Oh,
You're just
okay.
unconscious at that point.
Right, okay.
Now, if you get to a negative that's equal to your constitution, then you're dead.
Oh, okay.
Sandara Quinn looks at the two of you and she goes over to you and puts her hands on you. You feel that flow of energy, that kind of ebb and flow of the ocean tide begin to pulse through your body and kind of awaken your blood flow in your veins. And you open your eyes and you can see Sandara Quinn there with this bluish, sort of a aqua blue sea glow. And she says, You all right, love? You can see tears in her eyes.
I think I might have a concussion.
You are up to 6 hit points.
She killed me for 12? No, not 12, but 10, I guess.
Yeah. And then she looks over at the old lady and
Kicks you off the dick.
she's like, What do we do with the dead? And Plug comes over and he's like,
Well, we pay our respects and we offer them to Besmara. Hablicorn!
the little dude with the 2 hatchets, right? The Stitchman, the guy that came up and mended her.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a halfling too.
My own.
He comes up and he looks at the body and he's like, "We'll be right back." He goes down the stairs. A couple minutes later, everybody's cleaning up their stuff. Kind of cleaning up the mess and
Cleaning the weapons
exchanging,
off.
exchanging weapons so that everybody has their own weapons back because it was
Sweet.
kind of chaotic. Nablicorn returns with just some piece of the torn sail, an old sail,
Yeah.
and he wraps her up in it and he says, "Does anyone want to say any words about our fallen comrade?"
It's like, I feel you.
I feel you.
The barefoot lady who was hiding in the rigging, who's drunk most of the time, she was the one that actually had her fortune read by the fortune teller in the inn. She comes over and she's like, I didn't know her very well, but she was a good lady when we talked. She read my fortune, made me feel good. I don't know if it was true, but it was what I needed at the moment. Plug goes,
Well, we offer to Besmara. What is Besmara's?
and they kick her over the side. Her body sinks down. They've weighted it down with something, some rocks or something. She just sinks down into the ocean.
Usually once you wrap them up you put a cannonball at the foot.
Yeah,
Yeah, except
we don't have cannons.
there's no cannons.
And the last stitch goes to the nose just in case they're not actually dead, because that'll wake them up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Peppery Longfarthing is interested in the dead sea
The rat?
devil. Yeah, the rat. So she has some people bring him down to her laboratory. Other than that, you're back up on your feet,
Look at you.
and things
My
kind of.
foot?
Yes. I apologize. How careless of me.
Oh, that was perfect.
I always land on my foot.
There is
Put
a
it on your R slot.
trident. The trident that belonged to the Sea Devil is confiscated and taken down to the armory, and sort of used to replenish the armory's goods. Patch Salt is over talking to Riara's crime, and you see the two of them look at you. Barravale.
What do I do now?
And Riaris and Patch Salt walk up to you.
Can't
And,
be good.
This cannot be good.
and Riaris, she's picked up her pistols and they're all back in her braces now, and she says,
You're not gonna kill me again.
You were supposed to be on lookout.
Oh
Oh.
dear.
You were in the feckin' crow's nest. Is that not right?
Oh, God. Yeah.
With your pretty sea in the dark eyes and all that.
Oh, God.
But you couldn't see sharks in the water or sea devils climbing up the side of the feckin' ship.
No.
You couldn't see any of that.
I'm just thinking right now, I could argue about it, but there is no point in arguing. We literally just, like, I'm not saying this out loud, but I'm thinking in my head that we literally just saw a kid get pulled under the water, so.
Yeah.
Do you want to be the next one?
That's what they're saying.
I'm just saying, like, come up with a defense.
I'm trying to!
Well, before everyone goes back to sleep,
Do you want to put me
as
in the
best
box?
they can, we're not putting you in the box. The box is too good for you.
Oh, great.
String her up to the mast.
What?
Oh,
So they take you over to the mast, and they wrap your arms around it, which your arms don't even go all the way around it. It's such a thick mast. But they tie your hands together on the other side, and they make it nice and tight.
going for a date with the captain's daughter.
That's right. And Master Scourge
I'm
comes
good.
down with his giant whip,
I'm good as dead.
and
You're just gonna take a beating.
he
Which you're a tank,
begins-
so you can take a beating.
he begins lashing you, just whipping your back, one after another with this scourge. And it's tearing through your shirt.
It's probably a cat of nine tails. isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah,
It's gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's tearing through your shirt. It's tearing through your skin. You're bleeding down your back. It is some of the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. And you have no choice but to sit there and take it. Make a constitution check. What'd you get?
A 4 plus...
Yeah, you pass out.
Yeah.
Alright, so he keeps whipping you. It knocks you out. And you guys see that she just kind of goes limp. And he continues to lash until he gets to whatever his count is. You lose count after a little while. But there's a lot of lashing going on even after her head drops and her body goes limp. After that, they cut the ropes. Your body falls to the deck. And then the stitchman comes over and he rolls you onto your stomach, and he begins to do some medicine to kind of clean your back up. He puts a salve on it and he wraps you up, and this will be the second time in just a few days that he's
Yeah.
tended to you.
Well, I'm gonna get some lovely scars to remind me.
So we've been pretty zoomed in on just like daily life on board the ship, and so I'm gonna assume that you continue to do the jobs that you're asked to do. And if you want to zoom in on some like interaction that you want to do, we can go ahead and do that, or we can just move to whatever the next sort of my planned event is. Right?
We got all of our original stuff back.
You've got all your original stuff
Okay.
back, including your money, and there is you can buy rum, like good rum, not grog. You can buy rum and other goods from Cutthroat Rock in the armory. You can visit anywhere really on the ship except for the captain's quarters or the top deck.
We earned our keep. Okay.
Yeah, and you hear over the next couple of days, you hear people reaffirming that you're part of the crew now. You're trusted by the crew.
I would hope so.
Even
Next
that,
couple of days.
that
That's how I died
Lose
twice.
this.
yeah, there you go. You're not fatigued
got
anymore.
Okay.
I got sick twice.
Yeah, you heal up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's been more than a day, so my spells are recharged. Like,
Yeah, all your
heal life
spells
up
are
to
back.
there.
Heal
Can
up,
I-
but I'm
Can
probably
I
not gonna touch the
repair
Joel for us in
my
here.
pistol over the next couple of days?
Do you have a pistol?
Do you have a?
I was supposed to start with a broken pistol,
All right.
which
Okay.
You have the materials to repair.
I
this
have the
question.
ability to repair it.
Mm-hmm.
And it says it would take like where did I find it? It was like in my spare time. I could spend like an hour a day over a couple of days, whatever, and it would be fixed.
Okay, sure.
Um,
So you spend some time working on that, and you get the thing fully repaired and functioning. You have to buy some gunpowder from the armory
And bullets.
and bullets.
yeah.
Yep. Anybody else want to load up on materials? You can get potions from
Yeah, it's
Peppery
way better than
Longfarthing.
Markers at work, isn't it?
Patrick, why don't you make a perception check to see what you can find in that
Although
that
I would
hole.
like to.
The big one or the
Yeah,
one over my bum?
that hidden hole, the one that you know about, but you can't figure out where it is.
Yeah, I don't see a thing.
All right.
Roll the 5.
You keep looking, but you just can't figure out how to get into that smuggler's hole.
She went legally blind all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm too busy playing with my new knife and looking at the screen.
So Veravale, Patch Salt decides
Tell me
that.
there's more part of my punishment.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
great.
And you're not put back up in the lookout duty again.
Fine. I don't.
At least in the next
She almost
week
got
or
the
so.
crew killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are
Don't
sent to the
put
other
it
end of the
in.
ship. You're sent down to the other end of the ship. You're sent down into the bilges, and your goal there, you're told, is to get some food for the animals.
Alright.
The pig and the chickens, they need to eat. So, and it's odd because Patch says to you, you might want to take a weapon with you.
Alright, fine.
Where's she going?
To the bilge.
Oh, like underneath.
Down, way in the bottom
like
of the ship.
any rats that are on board this ship, that's where they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks,
And
Skeever.
they're
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
the size of
Small dogs.
They're probably the size of Pugsley there.
Yeah.
Bugs.
So you get down there and you see
So I'll
it-
definitely
first
need
of all,
to
it
reprint
stinks.
Now that I have my gun too. So.
it
Or-
smells like
I like the
rat
yeah, I
pee
like
and
the
It's
layout
so
of it
easy.
anyway, so I'll
excrement
just find you.
I mean,
I'll
I'm
just
going
get
back
you-
and
and
mold.
forth.
The bottom of the ship is filled up with stones
Yeah.
and water.
Oh, okay.
I'm just probably gonna stand there with my sword and go, Dad, this might be fun.
All right, so you look around the bilge. It smells horrible, rat pee and poop and water sloshing around. A lot of rocks down here. It's actually the bottom of the boat has been completely filled with rocks. Not odd at all. That's normal. That's how you keep the boat from tipping over when the wind blows really hard. Is you put a lot of weight in the bottom of it. But in all those rocks, there's plenty of places for things to hide, and you can see all kinds of evidence that things are living down here.
Yes, but even though it's dark, I do have the low light vision, so
Right.
so
So you can see
So
the
her
things
vision-
that are coming
So
together.
yeah, you can see
I can see what's hiding.
you
In
kind
a
of
sense.
get yourself comfortable down there,
Even though
and
you didn't see the things coming.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh well.
you wait a little while, and so then you start to see some movement over in the corner, and as you sit quietly, the rats begin to come out.
Okay, I'll take my torch
Everything.
Yep.
that's-
and light, and then use the flint and steel to light it.
Okay.
So once I light it, do I see like does that give me like a better light as to see like how
Sure.
many are down there?
Yeah. Right now, you
What
can
pistol
see
do you have?
maybe 3 at a time at the most, but they're all weaving in and out of the rocks down
Okay.
here.
And you can
I guess
use
the
this
only option I
times 4
have
here.
is pretty much to
If
just
you
take
crit,
my katana
then
and just
you do
fend for
times the
myself
damage.
basically.
Okay.
that's
So you're gonna
all
use
the
your
crit.
katana to slash up the rats.
So
That's
like this
pretty
one
much all I
here, and
have.
cut this.
Okay.
All I can really do at this point.
Make an attack.
Alright. So 8 and yeah.
So you miss.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say
Rats
you
eat you alive.
roll me a couple more attacks.
But you don't
22.
22 with a 20 on top.
Oh yeah. You slay 2 in 1 strike. All right. Roll me another attack.
Oh, another 20 on top
13.
with a 9. That's
I can craft bullets.
It's a 13.
Okay.
So
You have to have lead.
17 with a 20 on top.
Well, you kill another one. Or 2. Alright, so you come back at the end of the day, and you've got a handful of dead rats, and you bring those to
Don't give them the fish guts.
Fish Guts.
Oh.
You bring him to Fish Guts, and he's
I
like,
need to rank.
Oh, that's good. We're gonna put some of these over here, and we're gonna use them for the chum, and then we're gonna feed the rest of it to the pig and the chickens. They like all this stuff. Don't worry, we don't put this stuff in the soup.
Oh yeah,
Okay?
because I was basically told to get food for the animals.
Yeah, that's for the animals.
Okay, so
Because they gotta eat something with the animal. You know, they gotta eat some of the flesh sometime. But so we just used the bilge as a kind of a place to harvest some flesh for them.
well, there you go. They can get some protein.
Oh, that's a lot of food. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
yeah, make a Constitution check.
Okay. Oh, okay, so 6, so 7.
Yeah, you're sick. You become sick from that day down in the villages. Then that doesn't feel good.
Oh,
Feels bad.
well, when I started off, I was already sick. So.
Does she get a card?
Yeah, but nothing really important is happening right now, so she can recover from it before anything
Alright.
really
Eh.
interesting happens. What's your gambling skill?
So I just have a +2.
One of the crewmates gets pooped upon by a seagull, and everyone rejoices because as
Which crewmate?
Mahim,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, Mahim is up in the rigging one day and he gets pooped upon, and everyone rejoices because this is good luck, as you probably
Oh.
know. So people want to gamble, right? People are like, "Oh, that's good luck," right?
Yeah.
So you know, especially Mahim, he's like, "My luck is good today." So that night, there's a lot of gambling and raucous action, and over the next couple of days, there's just a lot of people willing to throw money at that table. So why don't you make a couple of rolls to gamble, and we'll go over the next couple of days. We'll say 10 gold each time, and we'll see if you come out ahead or behind.
That's 14 with
Yeah.
20 on top.
All right,
What do we got to lose?
I'm
Okay,
sick.
so 14 with
I'm
20.
sleeping this off right
that's
now.
a
Well, actually-
success.
Because I'm sick.
20 on top with an 11.
All right, that's all right. You come out 10 gold ahead at the end of a couple of days or nights of gambling.
I got a 13. With
You
a
got-
20.
Well, you gotta roll 3 of them for me.
Oh, okay. 13 and a 20.
All right.
And my top 2 had 20s on top.
11. And 15. Hey, sweet! I won some more money, I think.
Thank you.
I don't gamble. I play statistics. I'm the one that's gonna be like, yeah, I'll bet you $100 that you can't flip a coin and land on heads 10 times in a row.
This is 30 gold?
I'm sick.
Yep.
Check it out.
You get more than me.
You rolled better.
Really? Tell them I had 20s.
Yeah, it's just like.
Sick.
Give me a couple of sailor rolls.
Sailor?
You have
roll?
sailor?
No.
No?
You don't have
Oh, that's right. Give me just a couple of dexterity rolls.
So I'm adding my dex.
Yeah,
I figured
Just
I'd
your
keep
dex
the
bonus.
dice set it like
Oh, 9.
I mean, I was gonna keep mine down here.
you can leave it here. You can take it home. Melissa takes her stuff home with her every time.
20,
Ah,
9, 20.
9, 20, and
I guess I'll just take the dice one.
19.
All right. You mostly do a good job of your duties that are assigned to you. There's a couple days where you're off and your boss gets mad. But, all right, we'll cut it out here. And then we'll pick it up next time. Maybe Melissa will be back and we'll figure out what she's been doing for all this time. Where has Phoebe been?
Yeah.
Yeah, did she get in trouble for not being in the fight?
Oh my gosh.
She will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Box is vacant.
She's getting kill hauled and lashed.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
Oh,
no.
man. And then thrown in the box.
And then
Wow.
whatever's left of her.
Right. But Captain, she's dead. Throw it in the box anyway.
Do
we
as I
having and what's his name comes out again like, oh, we having barbecue tonight?
Oh.
Thanks for watching. Whatever you do it for Fortune and Story. Bye.
You better have Bezabel.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to edit that in.
Oh, that's right, Isabel. Oh, that's right, isn't it? Oh, yes, that's okay, Isabel.